Okay, welcome back. This video is all about the trifactor system. And if you've been with me a while, you know it's the foundation of everything we do. The trifactor system is everything you need to get you ready and on your way to producing powerful, powerful interviews and turning them into cash. So let's see what the trifactor system really does and what it can do for you. Well, let's start with what is it that you want? What is it? Why are you doing what you do? What are you looking for, right? Okay, so are you looking for bigger clients? Are you looking to speak on bigger stages? Are you looking to have a best-selling book or several best-selling books? Well, what if you want to have some sold-out events? Well, how about bigger, more powerful product launches? Or maybe you are ready to make a huge difference, or maybe you're working with a nonprofit. So whatever you're doing, however you want to get out there, whether you want to do one, two, or three, or all of those things, the place you want to go to is the TV interviews. TV interviews will do all that for you and then some. But to have a powerful TV interview that does that for you, you have to have a plan. You have to have a way to produce it. You have to have a way to market it. And that's what the trifactor system does for you. So what does it take to produce powerful videos and turn it into cash? Well, the trifactor video production and monetization system. It's all about getting ready, getting on the set, and getting paid. And that's what it is. Get ready, get on the set, get paid, and of course make a difference. That's what this entire system is all about. So we're going to take them one at a time, and we're going to dive in, and I'm going to share with you what we're going to do. We're going to start off with get ready. Okay, so get ready actually has 6 modules to it. The first step in that is you claiming. You are going to be claiming the title of the go-to expert of whatever it is you want to be. The good news is it's wide open for you right now, okay? All the stuff that's going on in web TV, it's wide open for you. You can be anybody you want to be. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be known as? Think about that. You know, everybody talks about Susie Orman as a financial planner because she claimed it. She claimed the title by being on TV. Well, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be financial planner for? Do you want to be the financial planner for baby boomers? Do you want to be the financial planner for the newlyweds? You want to be, you see what I'm talking about? Claim the title in your niche and be the go-to expert. And there is a huge opportunity for you. And in module 1, that's what we talk about. You know, how to decide what it is, and of course figure out how you're going to get it out there in a way where people understand who you are. There's all about your inner brand and who are you, and how can people really connect with you? How can you express who you are? So huge opportunity on step 1 alone. Well, once you decide you want to be the go-to expert in whatever niche you're in, now you're talking about your mindset. Because the mindset that gets you on Google Hangouts is going to be quite different than a mindset that's going to get you on, let's say, icy places or access to experts or the Today Show. It's going to take a different level of a mindset. And there's a bunch of different exercises like future visioning and really planning what is it that you want to make money for. When you're clear, amazing things happen. Then you know how to make it happen because you will know what steps to take. So you want to step right into your celebrity self, and believe me, you know what a celebrity feels like. You just have to step into it. Well, I'll give you an example. Have you ever walked into a networking meeting and everybody knew you? Just like, oh, they were so happy to see you. There's Jane. Oh my goodness, you got to meet her. Well, that's what a celebrity feels like. Well, you will know what it feels like on a global level. You will be recognized on a global level. And to do that, your mindset has to be there, okay? So that's step 2. Step 3, this is the monster step. It's all about blueprinting your show. Before you even build a house, before you even get a single piece of wood or a single nail to build your house, you get a blueprint, don't you? Well, this is all about blueprinting your interviews. Now, what we look at are several different points. Your most profitable product. Why do you do what you do? What are you going to be talking about? What sense does it make for you to talk about one product over the other? You're going to be able to choose. You're actually going to be able to choose three of them because at different times you're going to be needing to use different products to showcase. Different products are going to be your most profitable product. I dive in really deep with this, and once you get this, it's amazing what happens. Okay, it's amazing what happens. Then you're going to be able to identify your most profitable audience. Who is your most profitable audience? It's probably your most profitable customer, and you don't know your most profitable customer unless you dive in really deep, looking at different aspects of this customer, and it goes way beyond the target market. It goes way beyond the niche market. I'm talking about your most profitable customer. There is a huge opportunity here to be able to get really clear. Once you have clarity, it's very easy to create a message for them. Now, the next thing you want to take a look at is your authentic style. Now, this is pretty new to people. Most people don't talk about this. So I'm going to be sharing some of this with you in just a minute, okay? Then you need to identify your interview topics. What interview topics are going to give you the results you're looking for? And what is it that you want to interview other people on? You need clarity on those. Your ideal interview format. So I'm going to tell you just a little bit about that. You have many choices, and your ideal guest experts. Who should you be interviewing? And of course, formatting your 30-minute show, because if you're out there being interviewed, you want to know the topics you want to be interviewed on. If you're interviewing other people, you want to know the topics you want to interview them on. And what do you do with all those interviews? Whether you're the one being interviewed or you're the one interviewing others, you're going to have a library of interviews where you can put them all together and turn them into a show. Exciting? You betcha. You can do a lot of things with it. So knowing how to format it, knowing what goes into a 30-minute show is something you definitely want to know about. So let's dive in a little bit into a couple of the points that I made. The thing that you want to know about yourself is your style, your authentic style. There are three of them that I've identified that are, predominant. One is the educator, and the other one is the curator, and the third one is the critic. Now, we have all of these in us. We need to know which space we feel most comfortable in. Once we know that, it becomes easy to let other people know what to come to us for. So I'll give you an example. If you want to know about a restaurant, you will go and watch the restaurant review, right? Well, that's the food critic. They will tell you whether it's good or bad. So that's the critic style, okay? Now, the other two styles, the educator is exactly what it sounds like. It's the educator. They usually will teach a pre-approved curriculum, or they will have invented or put together a program, of their own, very unique program. That's the educator. And the curator is somebody who actually gathers information in a particular area, on a particular topic, and shares it with their audience. So the museum curator is a perfect example of that. You know exactly what you're going to see in let's say, the Museum of Natural History. You wouldn't walk in there expecting to see, let's say, modern art, right? Because the curator is gathering only what they need for that particular museum. Now, having said that, all of us have them in there. How are you going to use this? Well, once you know your style, then you'll be able to tell people. So I'll give you the example. My style. So I am a curator, educator, and then a critic. So that looks like this. So you can come to me for information about traditional TV. You can come to me for information about web TV. What I do is I go out there and gather the information from traditional TV. I gather on web TV, on business marketing, on business growth. I take all this information together and I will share it with you. So you don't have to go out there and look at all of it. You can find all of them right here in one place. So I will do the work for you. I will put it together, and I will even tell you step by step how to make that happen. So you see, that's a perfect example. So I'm a curator, I'm gathering the information, I'm an educator, and I'm going to teach you. And I will also share with you, which products or services you may want to use, like, for example, technology. We will share some of that information with you. So you get that? I'm a curator, educator, and then critic. So you will be able to speak on your style once you have clarity on what you are, so people know what to come to you for, just like you would want to go to the food critic to find out about the restaurant. Good? Okay. So the next thing we want to take a look at is your ideal interview format. Now, depending on where you are and what your lifestyle is, you can have one of the three choices that are easy to make here. One is the in-studio interview. This is exactly as a TV studio. You go there, you're interviewed for, on a particular show. Now, this means you have to travel to wherever the studio is. Okay. Now the other is on-location interviews. This is interviews at, let's say, seminars or trade shows, or these are interviews also at on location at the business owner's place. So these are interviews that you can be conducting in person, but at a location. But you can conduct many of them. They're a little bit more informal as opposed to the TV studio. And you can actually conduct many interviews in one day or on a weekend. So they're a lot easier to set up, a lot easier to produce, and definitely much more cost effective. Okay? And the third one is the remote interviews, where you can actually set up interviews to be in touch with people across the globe. There are all kinds of experts that you want to be interviewing, or experts you want to be interviewed by, or news TV shows or talk TV shows. They can actually interview you remotely if you know how to set up your home studio, if you know how to speak in sound bites. So you are actually going to be very desirable. So depending on your style, if you can't travel, remote interviews are the way to go. If you can travel and you want, totally high quality and, position, you want to be in a TV studio, I would recommend doing a combination of all three. But again, you have choices. That's the good thing about now having the Web TV network and all this that's happening for us. So finally, we're going to go on to now step 4, okay? So step 4 is all about creating the message. Great guest experts know how to speak in sound bites. They know how to get their message in a really powerful way to get people to understand. They know how to make a huge impact in a short, very, very, very short period of time. And this is really important because TV talk shows, they're usually anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes. News shows are about 1 to 3 minutes. So how much information can you get out? This is really important for you to know how to speak in sound bites, because I can't tell you how many people have actually told me, oh, I was interviewed on TV. Well, how did it go? Oh, I just ran out of time. By the time I got started, they told me our time was up. They thanked me and took me off the stage. Well, that will happen to you over and over again. And you have an opportunity to get in front of millions of people, or even if it's just thousands of people, to get them to take action. You want to make sure you know what your hook, the body, and a call to action is a very, very important part of this. Okay? So now let's take a look at step 5, your script. There you go. We're going to talk about how to speak in sound bites. If you're going to be speaking in sound bites, you need to know 3 things. You need to know your hook. It's there to grab their attention and have them wanting more. Okay, this happens in like a couple of seconds. Okay, the body, this is where you educate them and gain their trust. Okay, now your call to action, this is what makes it all worthwhile to get out there, because once you deliver that great information, well, let's say once you grab their attention, have them wanting more, and you give them more information with the limited time that you have, they're going to want more of you. But this is where the call to action comes in. You create something that they will want. They will want to go to your website and download the video, or download the PDF, or just watch the training that's there, sign up for your membership, whatever you want them to do to go and get more of you, because there's no way they can get everything they need from you in 3 minutes. Think about it. How much can you deliver in 3 minutes? But you can deliver enough for them to know you enough to know that they want more of you, to go to the website and get that. They will give you their name and email so you can stay in touch with them. So this is crucial. If you don't know how to speak in sound bites, you're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. Okay, so let's go. Now we're on to step 6. Make the camera love you. Well, are you mesmerizing your audience, or are you repelling them? That's a huge question. Okay, that's a pretty bold question. Well, are you? What are you doing? How you show up on camera is going to either attract people or it's going to make them click away and go away. Okay? Because it takes only one click. Just that one click, whether it's the remote or the mouse. They're just like, and they're gone. So how do you make sure they're watching you? Well, it has to do with how you look and how you come across. So I'm going to share with you a couple of things on how you can make the camera love you. Okay, the first thing is dress for success. Think about it. How do you want to dress? You want to dress for your audience. You want to dress, be yourself at the same time. Be very comfortable, about who you are, so you can stay consistent in your style, but also make sure that it appeals to your audience. So my clients are speakers, authors, coaches, and consultants. I do not dress in a professional or the corporate, if you will, look. I'm not going to be wearing a jacket. Most of the time, I do not wear a jacket. When I'm speaking, sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. So this is my natural. Now, this is where you have to think about, how do people expect you to appear? Can you see a plumber showing up at your door in a three-piece suit? No, right? It doesn't make sense. It just, something about it just is not right. So even though you're on TV, you still dress the way you want to dress. Okay. Watch your body language. There are quite a few really great tips in our members area with this. Jodina St. John has some really great tips on how to say and how to interact, so people really feel comfortable and you feel powerful. It does a lot for you as well, but it's the way you come across on camera. When you're comfortable, your audience is comfortable as well. Okay? So then you want to tune into your natural voice. Oh, there's some great exercises. Jodine is also a vocal coach. There's some great exercises in there on how to be in your natural voice. Now, regardless of how you sound, it's important for you to sound like yourself. Because if you're looking to sound like somebody else, it will only last for so long. Eventually, you're going to go back to sounding the way you are. I mean, if you have some voice coach that's going to be working with you for years. But let's just say for where you are right now. You don't have to be anybody else. You don't have to do anything else. You just need to get into your natural voice. And there's some great exercises, like I said, that it's in the program. Very easy to do, and you will feel comfortable. And you actually grow to love your voice if you don't already. Okay, so next is makeup for that Hollywood glamour look. It's really important for you to look like yourself. Yes, you do want to put on makeup, but you also want to look like yourself. You want to be looking comfortable. You want to be looking natural. And it's important because when you just like a little bit too made up, it looks too phony. It's a distraction for your viewers. Okay, they want to connect with you. So next we're going to go into factor 2. You get that all of that was factor 1. There's 6 modules in factor 1. Factor 2 is all about getting on a set. This is all about producing your video. So what's covered in factor 2, Module 7, is setting up your home studio. And I'm going to tell you a little bit in just a minute on how to set up your home studio, a quick tip. And using third-party software, and that's what I'm using right now. You'd be surprised what you can do for like $100 a year. And if you know how to use the tool, if you know how to use the right tool, you know what to do. This was just amazing discovery for us. Okay, shooting your interviews. How are you going to be framing your shot, and how does it all work? It's very important. It's all about the lighting as well, how to set things up, your audio, all of these things you should know. Whether you do it yourself or you hire a professional, you still should know how to communicate with them. Of course, broadcasting on Google Hangouts. A lot of you are going to be doing a lot of interaction on Google Hangouts, or whether you're going to be doing let's say GoToMeeting. You can use the same software and set it up so it's showing up the way I'm showing up right now. So there's some really cool ways to be broadcasting. Okay, and editing your interviews. You'd be surprised that you probably already have some software that you can use, and it's really not that hard to edit You can probably do it yourself, but you may not want to. But knowing how to do it, knowing how to communicate with the editors is going to make a huge difference. It's going to, make it so much easier for them, but it's also going to make a huge difference for you, because if you know how to communicate, you're going to get more of what you want. And believe me, it's going to save you thousands of dollars in editing cost as well, because editing is actually the most expensive part in producing a video, believe it or not. So all of this is covered in Module 7. Now, just to get you started, I want to tell you what you need to set up your home studio. Literally be broadcasting tomorrow with under $300. So let me share with you what this is and what I'm using right now. Your home studio, you need a webcam. And Logitech webcams are really the way to go. And you want to have an external webcam, because this way, for one thing, you will be using, the webcam software, so it's, it takes a lot less bandwidth from your computer, a lot less memory, and so it makes a big difference in the quality. But also, with the external camera, you have the ability to adjust the color, you have the ability to adjust the focus. There's a whole bunch of things that you can do that you cannot do with a webcam that's part of your computer or part of your laptop. It just doesn't work. So you can get one for under, from $70, anywhere from $70 to like $200. Okay? And the other thing that you want to take a look at is the headset. I'm going to go full screen over here so you can see better. Now, the headset that's there is the one I'm actually using right now, and I'll show you in just a second. And also the lights. You can find umbrella lights for about $60-70 online, and the headset is about $40. So I'm going to show you now what it is. Let's see, take a look at this, okay, right there. That's the headset I'm using. It's the Plantronics. It's actually a phone headset that I use everywhere I go. It's really easy, really simple. It's only $40, so if it breaks, it's not even a big deal. But I just like the way it looks as well. So it's not that big, bulky thing. All right? So just, do that. So headset, lights, and you're good to go. All right? Now, let's move on to, I want to show you what happens when you put all this together. And all of this, by the way, is in the training. It's in the training. So all you need is just to follow the instructions and set up your lights just right and adjust your camera according to the way I'm showing you. And here is the before and here is the after. Let's just go full screen on that so you can see what it looks like. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. It's pretty much the same backdrop. All she's done is go from her webcam to the external camera, and if she's able to, put a couple of lights in front of her and adjust it. Look at the difference, okay? So that's huge right there. That's Barbara Wainwright. I mean, she's trained over 5,000 coaches, certified over 5,000 coaches, and she's ready to make a huge impact. And so we're going to go back over to split screen. That's what that's called, split screen. Okay, so now we're going on to factor 3. It's all about getting paid. This whole thing is about monetization, right? So let's take a look at what you're going to do with those videos. Well, that's exactly it. What are you going to do with those videos? What do you want it for? You're going to, how much money do you want to make? I hear people say all the time, I want to make $1 million. Well, great. That's wonderful. Ooh, how are you going to make it? What are you going to do? So let's just, make it really easy and simple. Let's say you want to make $100,000 from a program. Well, to start off with, you need to figure out how many leads you need, how much you should charge, what should your profit margin be. Now, these are only 3 of the 7 numbers that we use, and you'd be surprised how many people don't even look at the profit margin. Maybe they figure out how many leads they need, maybe figure out how much they should charge to make a certain amount of money. But if you don't look at the profit margin, then what you think you're making may not be what you're actually making, okay? You could actually be losing money on things. So you need to know that. And again, these are only 3 of the 7 numbers we look at. And the good thing is that I actually have several business growth calculators already calculated for you. So all you have to do is take it, you can follow it as is, or you can actually change some of the numbers and create that $1 million calculator if you want, so you know exactly what you need to do. You get this? This is really powerful. This is where you start. The other thing you want to take a look at is, do you want more clients or do you want to make more money? And you need to answer that question, because if you're conducting an interview, what is the purpose of that interview? You're being interviewed on TV. Do you want to get a whole bunch of people to go and become, a member of your private members area of your association or organization? Is that what you're looking for? Then you will know how to set it up. So that's what you're getting. If you're looking to make more money, well, it's going to be a different kind of message. It's going to be a different kind of call to action. So knowing ahead of time what you're going to do is crucial. Okay. Now, step 9 is your marketing blueprint. This is really important. You need to know how to create a multi-funnel marketing blueprint, with a goal strategy. We call it GSA, the goal strategy action. You need to have a plan. Well, if you're going to be getting, let's say, 500 leads, a month to make that, to sell your products, well, where are those 500 leads coming from? You need to know exactly where you're going to be marketing, so you are getting maximum global visibility for maximum profit. Because we have so many options now. Social media, the web TV, traditional TV, cable TV, radio, you name it. We have so many options. And this is where you want to start thinking about, okay, I'm going to be marketing. What's going to happen? How am I going to sustain this? This is where you start looking at step 10, and it's co-op marketing. What is co-op marketing? Well, co-op marketing is a bunch of people getting together on marketing and sharing the leads. When you get together to do co-op marketing, amazing things happen. Like, I'll give you an example. You have seen those books where there are maybe 10 or 20 different authors. Each one is contributing a chapter in a book. Well, each one of them will put in $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever that they've decided. And so they take all the money, they publish the book together, they use the money to market with. Now, every one of them is marketing the book, right? Well, guess what? Everybody in the book is getting marketed at the same time. So if there are 10 people in the book and 10 of them are marketing a book, now all of a sudden that 10 is multiplied. The 10 is turned into 100. Okay, so you get that. So each person is getting marketed 10 times. So the marketing power is multiplied. Well, you can use the same thing. You start off with who is going to be supporting your client when you're putting together your marketing team. Who's going to be supporting your client? Who do they really need to be supported by to be successful? I'm going to give you an example on that. Then you're going to be deciding who are your ideal co-op marketing partners. There are all kinds of people you can market with, but who are the ideal ones that you should be marketing with, and how can you approach them? These are the things you want to be looking at. So let me give you an example that you will get right away. So I'm going to go full screen for this. Okay, so let's take the wedding industry. Now, who supports the bride and the groom the entire year probably, but who supports the bride and the groom for that very special day? Well, to start off with, they could be working with a wedding planner, right? Well, the whole thing could get started with the jeweler to getting that engagement ring and then getting the wedding bands and the bridal shop for the dress. And how about the invitation vendor, so people know where to go? The videographer, the photographer to capture those beautiful moments, reception halls, and the baker and the caterer, and of course the florist. You can't have a wedding without flowers, and limousine services to go there in style, and of course the travel agency to get on that honeymoon. Now think about this. If the wedding planner wanted to interview all the other ones, all the other people that were supporting the couple, how easy would it be? If they wanted to have a show, how easy would it be? They probably can get 10 jewelers and 10 people, 10 photographers and caterers. And the 10 florists. You get the picture, right? So it would be very easy to continually get a lot of people to support the bride and the groom, because these are all the people that want to support the bride and the groom. How hard do you think it would be for them to market together and share the leads? You get the picture. If each one is marketing, if they're chipping in dollars to market with, or individually marketing and and sharing the leads, look at what can happen. I hope you have a big old smile on your face right about now, because you should. This is huge. Okay, so I want to share with you, how I'm looking at. Okay, so who else would your ideal audience like to learn from? That's the question you're asking when you're putting together your co-op collaborative, and putting together your co-op marketing team. Well, my clients, for access to experts, are speakers, authors, coaches, and and business consultants, right? And that's who I'm working with, the experts. Well, those are the who should I be interviewing on access to experts. Well, who would those people like to be supported by? If they're speakers, authors, coaches, and consultants who want to go from where they are today to, let's say, being interviewed on national TV, let's say the Today Show, well, and everything in between there, who do they need to be supported by? Well, they need somebody to work with them on their mindset, and of course, an image consultant, a video producer, a social media manager, a media trainer, publicist, a publisher, a TV producer, and the list can go on and on. But this can get really out of hand, very difficult to manage really fast. Think about it. Well, the good news is that you don't have to worry about that as much as you think. So let me show you what happens here, okay? So each one of them have other people in their circle that can be supporting you. So let's say if I just approach a video producer, the video producer probably has a script writer and somebody to, a videographer that will shoot the videos, and an editor that will edit the videos. So I don't really have to go and look for script writers and editors. All I have to do is get a really good video producer, and they will get all the other people, and I will have access to them. So if you are being smart about this, if you are choosing the right way, putting your co-op collaborative together the right way, it's going to be very easy for you to get a group. All you have to do is you know your numbers. You just have to approach them and say, look, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm marketing, and this is how many leads I'm expecting. Do you want to do the show together? Do you want to put a special together? Do you want to put this video together and share the leads? They're going to say yes, because they would want to be interviewed by you, and they would want to be interviewing you. So you can do so many things with this. It's just amazing. Okay, so and following that simple rule of thumb and the structure that I just showed you, I have interviewed many people just for turn your show into cash, for turn your interviews into cash, for all of our programs, and people always are happy to be interviewed, and we have them in our archives. As a matter of fact, you have access to all these experts and many more in our archives in the Global Visibility Association, where you have access to the program and all the 12 modules. So then we're going to go into step 11, multi-channel publicity. So it all starts with you. Once you decide who you are, what you're doing, you create the video, you start getting exposure, and you're marketing your content, and people are watching the show. Well, it's going to grow from there. You're going to go into a whole big arena where people start seeing you. Then all of a sudden you're going to be getting bloggers on social media, and other TV producers, and radio, and mobile marketing, and of course the publicists and the publicity. It's all going to fall into place. You just kind of one runs the other. And it's just amazing how that happens. Okay, so now, tickle. So basically what happens, I want to kind of share with you how all of this fits in with what we're doing. I'm going to go full screen on this. Okay, so right now, if you are being interviewed on Access to Experts, it's automatically going to go on IC Places, and the TV show is going to go on GVN TV. And as I showed you earlier, if you are any of this, Imagination TV, automatically you're on that, and then you go on the Dish Network, the cable TV, and all of it just gets really big, really big. But the way it works, and this is going to be making it very easy for you to see. Okay, so if each one of you is following what we're saying and doing your marketing and getting your exposure, and then you have everybody that's on the channel doing it, it's going to be a lot of exposure. So remember, you're doing your own co-op marketing, and as a complete system, that's put in place to market the entire channel, you as well as the entire network and everybody else on it. All of a sudden, we are marketing the TV shows all over. It's just like when you are watching TV and you see all the TV programs that are being marketed on that channel. But every time they market one of the shows, the other ones are benefiting. So while you are doing your co-op marketing, I'm doing my co-op marketing on the web TV network and the publicity and so on. And this is where you're going to be getting all kinds of requests to be interviewed on other TV shows. This is a huge, huge opportunity for you as well as for us, okay? Because we're looking for great content. Remember, we're looking for you. That's why this program is put together. Remember that the reason the Turn Your Interviews into Cash was put together, so we're training the interviews that are coming, the host as well as the guest experts that are coming to us. So we're showing you how to do it, and once you follow the way we're teaching you, it's going to be really easy for us to be marketing you. Okay, so now the other thing that I want you to take a look at is, are you getting interview requests? Are you being approached by the media? You are being, you have been rubbing elbows with the media every day. You don't even know it. If you're not getting requests, they don't know who you are. They don't know that you can interview. Once you start following what we're telling you, you start putting some videos out there, you start putting some interviews out there, whether it's you being interviewed or you interviewing others, amazing things will happen. They're going to find you, and that's one of the things you're going to be, finding out in the program is, how can they find you? What are they looking for? How can you put out the kind of information that they're looking for? So all of a sudden, your show is being, not only talked about globally, but you're also being requested to get on all kinds of TV shows, including network TV, because part of our curriculum, part of our team, part of our faculty is, a TV producer who works with all the producers on television, network television. So once they see you here, they're going to want you everywhere else. Okay, you get this? I hope so. So it's going to be really simple. One of the things you will need to know is how to create a media page. So you are being seen for who you are on a media page. It's, you're going to need a sizzle reel. Sizzle reel is like a short video of all the different things you've done, maybe short little video clips, and a few images of you on stage or being interviewed. All the, just a little thing to make it very easy to see who you are and what you can do. And of course, there will be topics that you can be interviewed on, and if there is a book, there will be a picture of the book and a little short bio about you. That's what you need on your media page. So you need to learn how to really choose your topics, your interview topics, strategic topics. Each one of you has an opportunity to be seen out there, to be interviewed, and knowing how to choose different topics that you can speak on. I mean, I'm sure you can speak on 10, 20, 30 different topics in what you do in all the different aspects of your training or your business, but knowing the ones that are the most relevant, knowing the ones that are newsworthy, knowing how to spin those topics is going to be key. So if you have 5 of them, you're doing pretty good. That's going to keep you pretty busy. Okay, so you will know how to do that. And finally, step 12. Okay, you're on the air. Now what? Well, once you get out there, and the publicists are looking for you, and your videos are out there, you're being requested to be interviewed on other TV shows. What do you do with all that? Well, you learn to get out there in a bigger way. You learn to approach TV producers. You know, all kinds of things like that. But also, you want to learn how to leverage your videos. You want to learn what different videos can do for you and how to use them. So, because you're going to have a whole library of all different kinds of videos. This is where you get to clone yourself. Have you ever said, oh, I wish there was another me. I wish there were 2 of me. Well, guess what? You can have hundreds or even thousands of you, because some of the videos you have are going to be marketing videos. And then you're going to have some sales videos. And of course, you're going to have some training videos. So you're going to have your marketing team, you're going to have your sales force, and you're going to have trainers conducting all of your training. So having said that, this is what the 12 modules will do for you. This is what the Trifactor system will do for you. Okay, I hope you got a lot out of this, and if you paid attention, you probably got a bunch of great tips. But definitely this is something you want to tap into. Okay, well, until the next video, I'm Ann DeVere. Okay.